Issues with sharing Doerr Family Field arise.
And fraternities prepare for new members with the recruitment barbecue on Dexter Lawn.
And later, SmileNoodle has 2 new members for this upcoming year. This story and more coming up.
Broadcasting from Swanson Studios, you're watching Mustang News.
Hello, I'm Maddie Burgess.
And I'm Christian Lawwalker. Happy Thursday and welcome to Mustang News. The Doerr Family Field opened last spring. However, there's been some controversy regarding the shared usage. Reporter KCPR has more.
Most sea athletes shine during competition in Alex G. Spanos Stadium. However, the majority of the work is put in on Doerr Family Field. The field itself is split between athletics in the morning and the student body in the afternoon. This has so far led to a few minor problems.
On game days, we do need access to it in the afternoon for walkthroughs and things like that. So little unforeseen things like that we didn't really consider when we first did the agreement, and they've been great to work with. And we'll certainly be accommodating to them when they have needs. So I would say right now, it's so far so good.
The facility was funded by both athletics as well as ASI, with ex-Cal Poly football player Richard Doerr leading the way with funding. Former strength coach and Cal Poly employee Chris Holder would like to have seen more bipartisanship when working together. He attests some of this to being viewed as mostly an academic school rather than athletic.
Why are we all just working together? Why does ASI have the difficulty understanding that the student athlete is a student first, just like it says, in that title? It was just very clear that they didn't want the athletes to have anything in regards to access to that field.
The athletes themselves just want what is best for the longevity of the facility with the joint usage.
Just having respect for the turf and knowing that it is something that athletics use every day to get better, and train on. So I think if we respect it and if we clean up after ourselves, it shouldn't be an issue.
ASI was unable to comment at this time. For Mustang News, Casey Sublette.
A local produce exchange offers free food and a chance to meet the neighbors. Community members crowded a small table outside of Slow Natural Foods Co-op on Saturday to exchange vegetables, leafy greens, and other homegrown goods. The Slow Produce Exchange runs on a trade system. Some participants bring their excess produce to share, while others bring baked breads and homemade treats. And everyone takes home a box of food. Cal Poly student Savannah Hall says the exchange is a great alternative to expensive supermarkets.
That was it's free, obviously. It's an exchange, so it's a super affordable way to get fresh organic produce and also meet people in the area.
The Produce Exchange meets every other Saturday at the Co-op storefront on Victoria Avenue in San Luis Obispo. The exchange begins at 10 a.m. sharp.
On Tuesday, the Interfraternity Council held a recruitment barbecue for potential new members. Dominique Morales was there.
The Interfraternity Council kicked off Recruitment Week this week with a barbecue on Dexter Lawn. IFC invited students to learn more about fraternities and their members before deciding which ones to rush.
Like today, all the fraternities are out, and we're just set up in a booth, and it gives everybody a feel to talk to all the fraternities on campus and see who they initially hit it off with. And then throughout the week, all the fraternities will have special events at different locations that you can show up to. They're normally open events for most of the week.
The barbecue allowed students interested in Greek life to get to know members from each of the fraternities so they could find their best match.
I have 2 older brothers who both rushed fraternities when they were in college, and I just know that I just want to see, get a perspective of the guys here, and it's just easier for college because college is so big, and it's just an easy way to break down a group of people and meet others.
I mean, I don't know, I always knew I wanted to get involved in Greek life, but I didn't know too much about all the houses and what they're all about, so I kind of came out today just to kind of see what it was all about.
Throughout the week, each chapter will be holding different events for potential new members to attend. If you're interested in rushing a fraternity, you can visit calpolyifc.com/recruitment.
Being yourself, that's really big for us. And so finding somebody that's, a genuine person and is upstanding, that's kind of what we're looking for.
Dominique Morales, Mustang News.
And when we come back, I'll have your weekend weather update. Stay tuned. I got some Oxy after I hurt my neck. First, I took them to feel better. Then, I just kept taking them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Dominique Morales here with your weather update. Today is Thursday, October 11th. Today's weather is pretty identical to last Thursday's weather. We'll be seeing another partly cloudy day with a high of 68 and a low of 50. There's no foreseen rain in the forecast, but there are south-southeast winds that will be shifting from the west, coming in at 10 to 15 miles per hour, so you might want to bring a jacket on your way out for later on. Now let's take a look at your North County weather. Now we have a high of 68 in San Luis Obispo, like I said, and a low of 50, and it goes up, increasing all the way to Creston with 72, and the highest is Paso Robles with a high of 73 and a low of 47. Taking it down near South County, where it is a little bit cooler, but we'll see cooler temps with a high of 67 in Arroyo Grande and a high of 67 and a low of 51 in Guadalupe. And going down to your beaches where the coastline is, the coolest, we have a high of 67 in Cayucos, a high of 67 in Morro Bay, a high of 67 also in Avila Beach, and going down to Oceana where we have a high of 66 and a low of 51. Going down your 5-day forecast, you'll see that it gets pretty warm. So today is going to be the coldest day of the 5-day forecast. Tomorrow it will be 80 degrees with a high of 80 and a low of 56. Now this is a perfect time to go to the Pismo Beach Open and go out and catch some sun and catch some waves. And then we will have a high of 72 and 72 also on Sunday, and lows of 53 and 52. And going on to Monday, we will have a high of 75 and a low of 50. That's all the weather I have for you. Now to sports with Sabrina.
Thanks, Dom. In Mustang Sports this week, the Cal Poly football team picked up their second win of the season last Saturday with a 41-27 victory over Sacramento State. The Mustangs kept the ball on the ground all game, rushing for 462 yards and 4 touchdowns. Senior fullback Joe Prothero led the team again with 128 rushing yards and a score, and junior wide receiver J.J. Koski produced on special teams as well as offense, returning a punt 70 yards for a score, then took a handoff 68 yards for another touchdown. After a slow start, the Mustangs defense forced 2 punts and 2 missed field goals in the first half, giving the offense a chance to widen the lead. And this Friday, the volleyball team will try and keep their win streak going against UCSB in the next installment of the Blue-Green Rivalry at 7 p.m. After the break, KCPR celebrates its 50th birthday. Learn how you can join in on the celebration.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
And a radio station is tuning up to celebrate its birthday. Mustang News reporter Allie Gutwein has the story.
KCPR, Cal Poly's student-run radio station, is celebrating its 50th birthday this weekend. It may be a question for some how an institution of such an age has proven to remain beneficial and relevant throughout the years.
KCPR is still extremely relevant to the learning curve today. So journalists need to really even still know about how radio works in conjunction with television and writing. So I feel it's still a very strong tool for teaching. It's also relevant because everybody loves music.
KCPR is kind of the point where everyone gets to experience music and creativity and the things that they love about maybe big cities, but we're bringing it here to a small community.
Though the community may be small, the celebration for KCPR's 50th anniversary is expected to be quite large.
There are so many things going on, but it's all super exciting. So on Friday night, we're kicking off with, I think, the Jim Hayes Symposium in the journalism department. And so that's just going to be a huge birthday party, essentially, for KCPR with a bunch of our alumni and community members who have supported us throughout the 50 years.
There's another reason to celebrate this station. It simply still exists.
A lot of the college radio stations have been turned off, and I use that word turned off because the schools have gotten rid of them or sold the license. Cal Poly has kept the license within the school and the university so that it can remain a tool for students to learn, and it always has been one of the top 10 radio stations in the nation, and now I think it's #1.
A college radio station at its peak, KCPR celebrates a half-century of hitting the right note. Allie Gutwein, Mustang News.
The improv group SmileNoodle has begun a new season with a few new faces on the team.
SmileNoodle, the on-campus improv comedy group, has begun a new season here at Cal Poly. After performing in Scotland for the summer and with 2 shows already under their belt, the group is ready for the upcoming academic year with 2 new additions to the team. After trying out twice before, theater arts sophomore Jack Spalding made it on the team.
What did you find this out here? I followed the trail of disappointment.
I thought maybe that I was going to have to do a few more auditions before I got on, but it's really great. I'm really enjoying being on the team. Going to practice is a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to start performing too.
Mathematics freshman Fiona Gleason is the other newest addition to the comedy group.
I've been, going to all the practices, so it's been a lot of fun just like getting to know people and starting to engage with improv and just learning from them because they're all really amazing at improv, and I'm obviously not at that level yet, but hopefully I can continue to improve.
Jack and Fiona will be performing in SmileNoodle's Noob show on November 3rd. A living descendant of the Wright brothers has spent his life working on planes and is now teaching about them on campus. Reporter Cassie McIntyre has more.
He has worked on 31 air and spacecrafts during his career. He now teaches the history of air and space. He also calls the Wright brothers family.
My name is Bruce Wright, and I'm a lecturer at Cal Poly after spending over 50 years in the aerospace industry.
When Wright is not teaching or working at a local airplane company, he is doing genealogy research. This is how he found his unique past.
In 1485, there was a John Wright. He had 5 sons and 2 daughters. John the elder, direct descendants to the Wright brothers in Dayton, Ohio. John the younger, direct descendants to me in Virginia. And so therefore we are distant cousins. And I believe we all have aerospace blood in our veins.
Before becoming a professor, Wright worked for Lockheed Martin. There he worked on an unmanned stealth plane that had a mission unknown to him while he designed it.
It actually filmed the takedown of bin Laden and televised it directly back to the White House Situation Room.
The F/A-22 Raptor, Wright's favorite airplane he worked on, gave him a nickname.
My very first class, they named me Daddy Raptor.
Cassie McIntyre, Mustang News.
Thanks for watching today. I'm Maddie Burgess.
And I'm Christian Laubacher. Have a great weekend.